Rabbi Rabin, he's here tonight for our 50th. Congratulations, this is going to be the best night ever. Tell me how excited you are.
This is an absolute exciting evening. It's something which I am so motivated to have come tonight. I've been looking forward to it for a couple of weeks now. And I think it's the blend of the past and the future coming together and fusing as one, and just seeing the energy that so many have given.
One of our oldest members.
Youngster.
Danny Miller.
Past president.
If it wasn't for this man.
Now that we're here and Collingwood has won, the best is yet to come.
Collingwood won because we sang the anthem on Shabbos, the holiest day of the week, and the rabbi got up a direct connection to God and sang Adon Olam, Adon Olam Hashem Abba, and that's why we won. But I feel like I've waited 50 years for this night, and I couldn't miss it.
Rabbi Sultanik, it's a pleasure to see you after all these years. Tell us a bit about your visit to Australia.
Tremendous. Can't say any more than that.
Is that all you can tell us after all these years?
After all these years, it's a highlight.
Okay, you got the pleasure of sitting next to A.B. Kleinman, who is a man of many words.
Hello, great to see your faces. I was given 5 minutes to talk, which is 4 minutes than you gave me on N.E.J.W.M.C. And when I came in here, people were saying, Rabbi Adi, Ellis, whatever you want to call me, you haven't changed a bit. You look exactly like my children were little at the time. When I left 7 years later, I looked exactly like I do now. And the proof is that the picture that you put up.
24-year-old young couple, there was a hope that they might bolster the numbers. So I'd like to call upon my Rebbe Tzuna, who was as much a part of this privilege of ours. And I'd like her to come and, I'd like her to come and do the sermon, please. That reminds me of Ben. It reminds me of, I got to keep an eye on the watch. It reminds me of an occasion where we had a particular bar mitzvah, and I tried to encourage the eldest son to also get an aliyah. And Baruch Hashem, the brachas are in transliteration. You can read them in English as well. And he agreed to come, and he arrives on the bim, and I was leading. And as we all know, you have to point to the spot where you're supposed to read from, and the man takes his talis and he kisses it. So I take the yad and I point at the spot where he's got a kiss. And he goes, the terror in his eyes that I was going to ask him to read from the Torah. So I had a bit of a deja vu over here. You know,
to represent my family here tonight. Very mixed emotions. I'm almost tempted to climb on the roof and look for tennis balls. I wrote to my brother Mendy just before I came here and I said, what should I say? What do you remember about Doncaster? And this is what he wrote back. Dear Dovin, here's the start. There was Leon Friedman's Yamababais,
Jacques Dessau, the Sarah Mashkin, managing the Schulz distillery. He writes here a memory of a drunk Jeff Kennett at the parachute debate running against John Cain that year.
table 10 with my rabbinic colleagues and listening to my predecessors talk about what was it that triggered their appointment as rabbi of this congregation. Rabbi Sultanik said that it was the table tennis match that he had right over here with Ben Alexander that got him the top job.
Story of Harry. Harry was sitting watching the footy. I don't think it was Collingwood. No one watches that. And Harry was sitting at his friend's house watching the footy when his friend's wife arrives at the door, knocks on the door, and his friend immediately jumps up, turns off the TV, runs to the door. And Harry's watching this. He opens the door and he greets his wife with a hug. He says, "My beautiful, darling, sweetheart, welcome home. I've missed you. You look beautiful tonight." And she gives him a hug back. And she goes upstairs. Harry says to his friend, "Gee, I've never seen someone do this before." He says, "Harry, you have to understand, my wife is the most precious thing in my life. I love her so much." And Harry eventually leaves and he's walking home. And he's thinking, I'm a terrible guy. I don't do this to my wife. I'm going to try it today when she comes home. And she arrives home and he opens the door and he says, "My darling, my beautiful." He gives her a hug, gives her a kiss. He says, "Sweetheart, I love you. You are so beautiful." And she starts crying. And he says, "What's wrong?" She says, "You know what, Sam, our child came home today and got expelled. The fridge packed up. And you're already drunk."